Now, in the studios with us today, we've got Greg Rice with Nexus Property Management, one of the top property management companies right now in the Northeast and growing big. And I love having his take on stuff because he really knows his business and he knows a lot about real estate. Now, Greg, right before this segment, we promised the audience we'd talk about how to deal with negative client reviews.
Yep.
Because you just can't keep everybody happy. And there's some point in time where, you might get a bad review.
Yep,
right?
You're going to get a bad review.
Yeah, at some point. When you're doing volume, when you're doing a lot of business, you're
Right.
going to get a bad review at some point. Yeah.
So I love negative reviews so much.
It's so funny you say that.
I love it. And the reason why I love it, there's a myriad of reasons. But when a client or somebody interested in your service searches the web,
Yep.
they're going to look at your reviews. They're not going to look at the ones where people say, he did a great job.
Nope.
5 stars. Emilio's the best. They don't care. They're going to scroll down and then they say, oh, there's a 4-star. What did he do?
Yep.
People love to bathe in other people's perils. It's human nature. It's sad, but it's the crabs in a bucket.
Yeah.
They want to see a negative thing and confrontation transpire.
Mm-hmm.
So when we get a negative review, we actually got one last week, and I'll tell you a little bit about it. It was a young couple that lived in an apartment in Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
They have about a year-old son,
Mm-hmm.
and he tested high for lead levels.
Okay.
So the girl didn't pay August rent.
Mm-hmm.
She said, my son has high lead levels, and it's from your apartment. We're moving now. So I said, oof, I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Would you please forward me over the results of the lead test? I'd like to take a look at it, also show it to the property owner, and also show that there was a test done in your apartment and that it's directly linked to your son's high lead levels.
Yeah.
I wanted to get some information and some facts.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, because right now I just have an assertion and a claim and an emotion.
Yeah,
Okay, so I didn't get any of that information. None of it.
of course.
But I got a negative review that said stay away from Nexus. They have lead in their apartments. They don't care about their tenants. They're putting people at risk.
That's a
Whoa.
bad review.
That's a bad review. And somebody that's reading that who's uneducated or is emotional themselves might jump on that wagon and say, yeah, you're right. Let's call Channel 10 for action, too, while we're at it.
Yeah.
But the goal of my conversation here is to look at our side of the story.
Yep.
And I did respond to this review to ask for that factual information and also let her know that she's not getting her deposit back because she didn't give proper notice. And that we're waiving her late fees in good faith.
Yep.
And there was also $7,000 worth of damage when she left. So now, as you see these things fall out,
Yep.
you may shift your opinion and you may see, we may have an unreasonable, uneducated, emotional person here.
Yeah.
So that negative review was great because that's in the spotlight now. People see a comment like that from her and then the response from us, and they see that we're professional, we're prompt, and that as it sits, we didn't do one thing wrong
Yep.
at the moment.
Yep.
Until proven otherwise,
I agree.
that review is very little weight.
So really, really, really unique way of looking at that, Greg. And I appreciate that because when we were talking, I said the first thing I do is I look at negative reviews. And you were like, absolutely, that's what everybody does. So if you can handle that negative review with factual information, okay, I think that sensible people, educated people are going to look at that and go, okay, well, that makes sense.
Right. And if a company has just 5-star reviews, that's shady business.
Yeah. Well, we've
Something's
got
going
all
on.
5-star reviews. Maybe we need I've got 1 4-star on Facebook.
Yeah, I don't trust your business.
I got 1 4-star on Facebook, and I didn't even do business with the person.
Your level of service is impeccable. So I can understand that you are like 99.9% rated. But you're constantly on it. But for most businesses, it's just not possible. And they're paying companies to remove negative reviews. It's like,
You can do that?
you can do that.
You shouldn't be able to do that. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, it's untruthful, and it's just showing that you're not able to be yourself, and that you're not being transparent.
Yeah.
So I respect a company with negative reviews more than one that's 100% rated.
Yeah, that makes sense, because we are human. We're ran by humans at one point in time. It's just, it happens. Right. It really does. And at the end of the day, if you're doing your best and you handle it in a professional manner, you're going to be okay.
Yeah. Just keep chugging along. And a good thing to bring up here is that Uber gives their drivers the ability to rate their passengers.
Yes.
That's so cool. So my rating is a 4.8 on Uber. So at one time or another, I might have said, or I was late to get in the car, or something happened, so I got maybe a 1, a 2, or 3. I don't know what my review was.
Yeah.
But Uber, the driver, you need them. They don't need you. Mm-hmm. So they want to know that the people getting in their car is somebody that is upstanding and they can trust.
Yep.
It would be nice if we could review our customers.